Peace, peace, and purpose. Peace and purpose. Today's purposeful video and lesson comes straight out of Mr. Neely Fuller Jr.'s book, The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept. Now, that is a big title because the job that must be done in the book is a big one. And here, Mr. Neely Fuller Jr., who has put together this code system as a system, a compensatory counter-racist code system. Now, the purpose of this audio, of this media, of this video, of this life and energy is not only for self, but for anyone who is in this space and is looking for understanding, looking for light, looking for a way to dismantle confusion in the racist system. Now, I'm going to read a little bit of it, just a little bit of it. But before I do, I don't want to ramble. The reason for me reading this is to remind myself and thyself and anyone, anything listening to this, how we can produce justice without using hatred ourselves. Now, I know a lot of us want justice in a violent way, and that, to me, I believe that's justified also. Yet, we have to become codified in our thought, speech, and action, not just to dismantle the prison system of white supremacy, also to produce the kind of people on the planet that balance and are universal, and wherever they are in the universe, conflicts like racism and things like that don't even exist. We become a new people. This is also to the next step to being the new people in the universe. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to start on page 217. Okay, page 217 in the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept by Neely Fuller Jr. We're on page 217. I'm not going to start from the beginning. This book is meant to be read at your own pace, as actually many books are. So we're going to be at 217. And books are just a technology where light and information and understanding can be held in the form of shapes we call words and sentences and concepts and topics. Okay. We're on page 217. The topic of the page is the sixth area of activity between people, and it's called politics, people relations. I want to zero in on this lesson specifically for myself and for others who are maybe confused about why we do what we do as victims of racism, white supremacy, and what it means. Okay, so I'm just going to get right to it. I'm not going to start from the beginning of the page. I'm going to go right to the topic I wanted to discuss right now for this specific energy. Interactions with white people in general. Okay? And, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say before I start reading. Mr. Fuller understands that white supremacists are not all white people. A white supremacist is a specific type of white person. Yet all white people who are classified as white have the capacity to practice racism. So here we go. Question: should a non-white person make a deliberate effort to interact with white people? And if so, how so? Answer: yes. It is the duty of every non-white person to make a maximum effort to try to establish the quality relationship with each white person. The quality relationship must be specifically designed to produce a maximum constructive result in every area of activity. And Mr. Fuller has 9 areas of activity between people. The quality relationship must be activated by each non-white person putting to use a code of thought, speech, and action that is specifically designed to produce a maximum constructive result in everything that a non-white person says and does in all of his and her interactions with all white people. Question: what is the one thing politically that you have most in common with both the white people and the non-white people of the known universe? Answer: failure to replace the system of white supremacy with a system of justice. And we'll get to that. Okay. When talking to any people, including suspected white supremacists, racists, do not be harsh, vulgar, or mean-spirited. Be businesslike, cordial, courteous, and pleasant in manner. Explanation: in general conversation, there is no constructive reason, not non-constructive. Arguing, fighting, these are my words. Arguing, fighting, cursing out people, that's non-constructive. It's going to lead to arguments and fights, which leads to more non-constructive activities, which leads to more unjust non-balance between people. That's just me saying that. Explanation: in general conversation, there is no constructive reason for any people in the known universe to talk to any people in any way other than the aforementioned. Okay? Do not speak or act in such manner as to promote hatred of white people. Explanation: white people are people. Generally speaking, they are smart people. They are industrious people. They are people who question, explore, examine, and experiment. They are great arrangers. They study everything in great detail. They are great builders. Their knowledge and understanding is extensive in all areas of activity, including, and here are the activities that Mr. Fuller speaks of: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, counterwar. Okay, I like to add in health as another area of activity between people, but really health is something you do with yourself until you have justice, and then health becomes an activity between all people. So I can see why he made 9. I'm sorry for that little soliloquy. I'm gonna go back into it. White people are, generally speaking, very attractive and exceedingly fascinating in both appearance and performance. They are capable of great compassion or great fury. They clearly display the possible capacity for unmatched humanitarian accomplishment. However, as people who have chosen to be racist, white supremacists, large numbers of them have utilized their intellect to practice deceit and violence on a scale that has made falsehood, injustice, and incorrectness a normal condition and a basic requirement for their existence. Still, it is as incorrect to hate white people who practice white supremacy as it is to hate any people anywhere. Hatred of any person serves no constructive purpose, nor is it necessary to devote the power of the mind to a hatred of any person, place, thing, or idea. It is correct, however, to oppose falsehood, injustice, and incorrectness. So he used the word oppose, not hate, oppose. And Mr. Fuller is a mentor of mine who helped me understand the power of words, the powers of words. Words are just tools, and they are very powerful. And when I tapped into that understanding and started shifting my words, shifting your words open up worlds. So not hate, oppose falsehood, injustice, and incorrectness, particularly when expressed in such a massive and destructive form as racism, white supremacy. Think, you could have been born as the person that you hate. Think, you could become very much like the person you hate. Now, this lesson really is for my own mental, my own cosmic thoughts. I had to remind myself, because as a victim of the system of racism, white supremacy, it is easy to fall into the mindset of hatred. You hate these people. And I usually say I hate white supremacy. And even Mr. Fuller says in this book, don't even hate the concept. Oppose, because hatred does take energy. You have to use so much energy to hate something. You have to go out of your way, even if it's like a spider. You have to go out your way to hate and fear are, these are my words again. I'm not reading the book right now. Hate and fear go hand in hand. They're like fraternal twins. Okay, it's more than okay to oppose incorrectness. Racism is an incorrectness, unjust form of people activity around the planet, and it should not be practiced anywhere in the universe. It promotes non-justice, and the universe is built on constructive justice. So some of us who, and I know, like I said, I'm one of them. I walk around, I don't want to walk around with hate. This is why I was able to find Mr. Fuller, because I didn't want to hate. Hate consumes so much, and you become the thing that you hate, as he says in the book. Yet when you get in the correct way of thinking by using the correct words and terms, words are just tools, as Mr. Fuller teaches us, words are just tools. Opposing incorrect behavior. And yes, there are incorrect ways, incorrect, non-constructive things in the universe that don't produce constructive results. They produce non-constructive results. And to my point, to belabor that point, the universe is made of constructive results. Everything is produced constructively, meaning it's only here because something was produced constructively, something harmonized and manifested or materialized as something to give you understanding more of the universe. So confusing people and ideas about that is non-just. It's a way for confusion. Confusion is violence. If somebody's trying to confuse you, they're performing a violent service on you, because confusion leads to many of non-constructive activity. So when you find yourself hating the system of white supremacy, or even hating white people, me saying this, I believe that it is just. I believe, because I feel the pain in our DNA. I feel the pain, and the ancestors speak to us. Yet the ancestors want us to do it correct also. They don't want that hate to consume our souls. They want justice to consume our souls. They want us to walk in our truth and our light and our authenticity, as to oppose the system. You don't even have to say any words. When you walk in your divine light and your purpose is justice, and your purpose is who you are, you're already opposing the system. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to pick up a weapon. You don't have to burn a flag, nothing. It's on you. It's in you. And others can feel that. That's where the law of attraction comes from. And I truly believe everything stems from the system of racism, white supremacy, because everything in the universe is systems. Our digestive system, our endocrine system, our body works on nocturnal systems, and what we call the star, we call the sun being out. That works on the system of the seasons. Things work in systems. They work and by systems I mean cycles. Start, end. And nothing ends. When something ends, something else begins. So I don't want to get too philosophical on that. I just want to help spread the message, because it helped me. It's not about hate and hating anybody. When I started understanding these lessons and understanding how to use words, understanding what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, it helped me understand other subjects also. It started to harmonize other things that I thought I understood. Okay? So that's the lesson for today. Thank you for tuning in. Again, this is a reading from the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept by Mr. Neely Fuller Jr.